Oh wow, I was so fucked up last night. I was wrong as shit. And when I say fucked up, I ain't even talking about the drunk part. I'm just talking about the wrong as hell part. The what the hell? So first off, I want to clarify. In no way is it okay for Kanye to go off just talking about people's kids. Like seriously, that's just not okay. Um, and I don't think,
But he's a Gemini.
regardless, Gemini or not, no,
And he gets to.
absolutely not.
He's a whole different.
Okay, just because he's a Gemini does not give him a right to just pop off and say crazy things. But what I guess what I was trying to say was that he may have a tendency to do things like that. You know what I mean? Because of him being a Gemini. Not saying that that makes it all right. Okay. So I think that's what I was trying to say last night, that he may have a tendency to step outside the bounds and outside the lines. That doesn't make it okay, though. I want to be clear that I was definitely not, I didn't approach the conversation correctly last night. Okay. And I was like, no, I was just yelling. Not letting Gino get her word in at all. I was like, no, you're gonna listen. Like, shut up. I was like, that's crazy. So I am going to work on that. That's something that I'm gonna work on for sure. Is like, especially when I'm drunk, like just making sure that I'm not just like cutting Gino off and shit like that. Cause I was noticing that from last night and maybe even from another video too. I just don't like that. I don't want to become that person. Okay. So I just wanted to say that for sure. Okay. No, it's not okay for Kanye to go around talking about somebody's kids is retarded and this, that, and that. Even though if they might be, they might be. Right? But that don't make it okay. Okay. Maybe they didn't want the world to know. You know what I mean? Maybe that was something they wanted to keep to themselves. Maybe they didn't want to talk about that with the world. So I had to come and just make this live official statement. You know? I sorry. I sorry, collective. And I'm not trying to make it a joke. It's not a joke. But I'm just saying, like, ooh, child. I looked at that video. I was just looking at it a few seconds, like, ooh, that was crazy. What are you doing? That was not it. Like, so I just wanted to say that. And I hope everybody's doing okay. I know it looks all dark in here. It looks super dark. Huh? What'd you say?
I said no. Everybody's not doing okay.
I'm sorry, Gino. I'm sorry, Gino. Okay, so look, I just had to come and say that because I just had to come and say, "Woo, child, you was wrong as hell." Now you know damn well you need to go on in the collective and let that collective, goddamn, know it was wrong as hell. Okay, no, you cannot. Even if you're a Gemini, I don't care who you are, Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces. I think I said Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. You cannot just go around just saying any and everything and doing any and everything. No, that doesn't give you an allowance. Okay, I will say this. And I think one of the things that I was actually trying to convey, I just did a terrible job at it, is not that it makes it okay for you to just say or do whatever, but that there's a reasonable expectation of crazy fucking things or behaviors to say coming from certain groups of people. Okay. That don't make it okay though. That don't mean that it should be allowable.
So if you
or that doesn't make it right.
Or you Donald Trump, you get to say where the fuck you want to say because you just
no
selective group of people.
I just said that doesn't mean that you don't.
You said if you select group of people.
I just said it does not mean that it makes it okay for you to say those things, but you can expect a reasonable amount of foolishness to come from certain groups of people.
No, that's what the fuck is wrong with the world. I don't expect.
I said expect as in during certain, especially during certain planetary alignments, you can expect that Kanye, being a Gemini, might come out and say some dumb shit. Don't make it right. It don't make it right. And I'm not saying that it makes it right. What I'm saying is, okay, so I get what, wait a minute. I'm never saying that that makes it okay. And that means we should be accepting and that should be considered acceptable. But what I am saying is that, yeah, with certain people, you may expect certain types of things. That's just like, for instance, if you do have a kid who has like autism or whatever like that, like you give them, you expect different things from them, and it doesn't mean that you don't try to wean them off of those certain behaviors, but that does mean that they may be or fall into those lines. Does that make sense, or am I not making sense the whole time? No. Okay. I ain't saying it's okay. First off, never was saying it was okay. I don't feel like it's okay because it's not. But at the same time, I wasn't surprised. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't surprised by those certain things from Kanye. Does it make it right? No, absolutely not. No, I'm not saying it makes it right, but I got a reasonable expectation for him to do some crazy shit or say some crazy shit from time to time. I really do. And it proved to be right.
Like you're making excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying.
Like a battered wife or, well, you gotta understand that sometimes he might get volatile because of this, or somebody who's with a serial cheater. Well, he's a Leo, so he is, he has an ego, so he has to, from time to time, you gotta expect that. I'm like, no, nigga, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I'm not saying that he was not wrong with what he said. What I'm saying is that.
Let me stand your conversation. I'm mad from last night. Looking verbally assaulted nigga. I almost called the police.
You lying.
Lyrical thrash and shit.
You just saying shit.
Lyrical beatdowns for no goddamn reason. You lucky I don't call the police.
You talking about what was caught on camera?
Period. On camera, off camera.
Okay, J-Lo. All right. All I'm saying is just that based upon his past behaviors, based upon his alignments, he you shouldn't be surprised at that shit. That's more what I'm saying than anything. More what I'm saying is that you should not be surprised when that motherfucker says these certain things, just like with Donald Trump. The fact that people are gasping at some of the things that he says is dumb as hell. You know what to expect from this nigga. Does that make it right? That's not what I'm saying. No. But what I'm saying is,
the more somebody is just fucking off key and is erratic, you should expect these things. No, that's not okay.
Well, I'm not. Nobody said it's okay, and that's the difference. Like you keep saying that doesn't make it right. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that after hearing Donald Trump, first off, when we heard that Donald Trump said, "Grab her by the pussy." I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit that falls up under that we should never expect anything less of this nigga for some crazy shit to come out of his mouth, right? Now, they made this nigga a president again, not me. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't make this nigga no president again. But y'all did, even after this amazingly wild, crazy shit came out of this man's mouth. So, like, what I'm saying is, a person is, hold on, a zebra's stripes don't change just because you don't like them. Tiger's stripes don't change because you don't like them. A lion's mane ain't gonna go away just because you don't want it to be there. You might cut it off, right? But it's still a lion. Even if you cut off a lion's mane, it's still a goddamn lion. So,
what's up, Ace?
What I'm trying to say is,
come here, I can hear you.
He is who he is. Does that make it okay? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. Does that mean that he's right? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, though, is that to pretend to be surprised at some of the shit that he say is amazing. You cannot, he showed you who the fuck he was a long time ago. Like, why are you acting surprised?
Ace,
or you acted surprised. So right, so like the way I think, I just wanted to come and say, oh, I was wrong about how I approached the conversation last night, definitely. And last night I was saying, last night I was kind of more so sounding like I was saying it's okay because Kanye is a Gemini. No, it's not okay. First off, I want to be clear, it's not okay. But also, I also want to say this. I feel like it's more of a thing where it's like, why pretend to be surprised when he did some stupid, when he does some crazy shit? Like, why are you pretending to be surprised? I think for me, it's more like, okay, if somebody gets to doing stuff like that, that's when I stop paying attention to him, right? Because it's like you want the attention, right? And a lot of people don't get that because they like to pay attention to sensationalism. I don't pay attention to sensationalism. Hey, Angeles, when you get to a certain level or of foolishness, I just start ignoring you. I don't got time for that. I don't got time to watch you to see what you're gonna do next. I don't have no interest in seeing what you're gonna do next. I don't even pay attention to Kanye enough. Like, I didn't even know he said certain things. You know, it was like, you must didn't see the video. I was like, nah, I ain't seen the video, right? Because I'm not watching it. And at this point, I'm not watching it. At this point, Kanye could say all sorts of crazy shit, and I would never really pick up on it because I'm not watching for the craziness that comes, that he's presenting. Because I know that next he's gonna present something, because he's, first off, when you start getting a certain level of attention and you see that sensationalism can actually help boost you, he might be using all of this shit as publicity stunts. That's one thing I just know. Is it right? Absolutely not. But you should be expecting that already. So to pretend that it's some new thing, like to pretend that it's just, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if the word is disingenuous or if the word is, like, you're not paying attention, right? Like you're not paying attention because he's been kind of like colored outside the lines for so long. And so now to pretend like, oh, now because he said something about Beyonce and Jay-Z's kid, now all of a sudden that's where we draw the line. No, the line should have been drawn a long time ago. Okay, the line was a long way back there, but nobody called it out. Now all of a sudden, when people start feeling uncomfortable, that's what it is. It's when people start feeling uncomfortable, then they want to say, oh, well, that's crossing the line. No, the line he crossed a long time ago. Same thing with Donald Trump. When Donald Trump said grab her by the pussy, y'all should have drawn the line back there. When Donald Trump got impeached twice in his first presidency, you should have drawn the line back there. Now, when he gets back into his second presidency, now all of a sudden, now the tariffs, oh no, we gotta impeach. He should have never been on the fucking ballot to begin with. Like, this is the thing that I'm trying to say. It's like, I feel like what I'm maybe trying to say is that, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time, right? Like, believe them for take them for who he is. So to pretend to be surprised now all of a sudden that he says something about Beyonce and Jay-Z's son, when this is the same man that got on stage and snatched the microphone from a girl who was accepting an award. Back then, y'all should have known that he was prone to some off the wall behaviors. So then to pretend to be surprised that he's saying these things right now, it just doesn't make sense to me. I knew that Kanye was capable of these things back then. So I just feel like it's disingenuous to like, oh, he's wrong for this and he's wrong for that. No. Now, I'm not saying it makes it okay, because no, it does not make it okay for him to just say whatever. But at the same time, let's stop pretending like he wasn't the same guy who jumped on the stage and snatched the goddamn microphone for Taylor Swift and was like, I'm gonna let you finish your speech, but Beyonce should have won this time. Like, come on.
Because you got retarded kids.
So come on though, but come on, like, that's the thing. It's like that's disingenuous. You should have been calling that nigga out then when he said that shit. Yeah. That's why people get to doing and saying all this extra shit. Now you feeling uncomfortable because you got kids, and you know what I mean? It's like people pick and choose when they want to call out people's
maybe you're not listening because people
well, I really don't care about specific I feel like Kanye is who he is, and you can expect an unreasonable amount of foolishness from him. And maybe he would stop if people stop giving him so much attention, just like Donald Trump. You gotta stop giving them so much attention. Maybe they might straighten their behavior up, but because people give them attention for doing these things, they keep doing them. It's negative reinforcement. That's what it is. So you just reinforcing the bad behavior by giving them the attention. When you start ignoring these niggas, they got to find a new strategy. Like, okay, that ain't working no more. But y'all keep giving them attention. Excuse me. So yeah, I think I was wrong in my approach last night on the conversation, and I think I just I didn't convey what I meant or what I was trying to get at very well last night, but I'm conveying it a little bit better this morning, which I feel is more on the line of stop pretending that you didn't know Kanye was like this before. So now all of a sudden, when the line should have been drawn way back there, now you want to draw a line. Oh, he can't be talking about people's kids. Like, come on. Come on, let's be honest here. He jumped on the stage and in the middle of somebody else's speech and shut their shit down. Like, right? I mean, like, so let's be real here. It's more about negative reinforcement and giving attention where attention should not be given. he would have been quickly and swiftly redirected if people stopped giving him all of this attention for the foolishness that he does. But because y'all continue to give the attention for the foolishness, he's going to continue to act out. That's what this is. But now all of a sudden people want to be mad because he mentioned something about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. You should have been mad when he jumped on the stage in front of Taylor Swift. Like, you should have been mad when he... What else has he done? When he wore the MAGA hat. Like, there's so many things that people should have been, like, feeling upset and bothered by. But they've gotten to a point now where he can do all kinds of craziness. And you know, people still love him and things like that. And I might be one of those people... I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that out this morning. But I think more so what I was trying to get at is that oh, somebody wants me to be quiet, but go on about your business, bitch. Kanye has been showing foolish behavior for a very long period of time. To all of a sudden pretend like, oh, his behavior is just so, it's crazy. It's crazy. He's been showing these types of behaviors. Does it make it okay? Absolutely not. It does not make it okay. And no, it's not okay for him to say some of the things that he was saying. And last night, what I was saying, well, oh, Kanye's a Gemini. No. I had to reverse that. Gino was totally right in that way. No, just because you're a Gemini or just because you're a Leo or just because you're this, no, that does not make it okay. So I'm totally correcting what I was saying last night that came off improperly. I did not convey that message very well at all. I was wrong as hell. Okay? But I think better than anything, Kanye has been very much on the spectrum of speaking, saying, and doing crazy things for a very long time. So I have a reasonable level of expectation that he's going to say some shit that's off the wall. Okay? And that's what I mean. I expect Kanye to say certain foolishness, especially since he gets so much negative reinforcement. Just is what it is. I didn't say it makes it right. No, it doesn't make it right. But also, we're talking about the same dude who jumped on a stage with Taylor Swift, took the mic from her when she was getting an award and was like, she shouldn't have won this award. Like, come on. Like, what are you expecting from this man? You're expecting him to be something he's never going to be. While also reinforcing his negative behavior. It doesn't make sense. When people get when people get to acting crazy to a certain level or a certain degree, I start ignoring their ass. Hence why last night Gino was like, "Oh, did you see the video?" I'm like, "Nah," because I started ignoring Kanye years ago. I started ignoring this nigga years ago. You know what I mean? I may go back and listen to, what is it that I listen to? College Dropout. I might go listen to that album. You know what I mean? He might make a song or two that I might pop with. But in reality, I stopped paying attention or checking for this nigga a long time ago, because I know that there's a reasonable amount of foolishness that's gonna come from his direction. I think that's more so what I was trying to convey last night than anything. And this is something that has to be studied for real. Same thing with Donald Trump. I started ignoring his ass years ago. soon as I heard this motherfucker talking about grab her by the pussy, oh no, this nigga, you got to write this nigga out. And I wrote this nigga completely. I paid no attention to this motherfucker. Why? Because he's prone to foolishness. That's why. And I'm not sitting here, I'm not about to be paying attention to no foolishness. So to act surprised by the things that they do and say is disingenuous. That's what it is. It's disingenuous. All right, I'm done. Oh, hello? You got anything you want to add? You don't got nothing to add, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all a little bit later. I wanted to come and correct myself because I was wrong in how that came off. I was wrong in what some of the things that I was saying last night, but I still had to come across and reconvey the message, because I feel like the message, there's still a point to the message. The point is while simultaneously allowing somebody to behave foolishly, you're acting as if and responding as if you should expect anything else of the person of who they are than what they are and who they are. That don't make sense. Let me say that again. Kanye has been constantly negatively reinforced. So we have a reasonable amount of an understanding that this nigga is going to come out and say or do some crazy shit. Whether you agree with it or don't agree with it is not the point. It is not right, okay? And what I'm saying does not make it right or wrong. Him behaving like that does not make it right or wrong. It's not about right or wrong. What it is about the fact that since back then in the 2000s, he has come out and said or done off the wall shit. And no, it doesn't mean anything about zodiac sign. No, I got to take that back. I was wrong as fuck for that. Your zodiac sign does not give you allowances to do right or wrong, right? But why are you expecting out of Kanye West, or Ye, let's call him Ye because that's what he prefers to be called. Why are you expecting out of Ye something that he's not already proven to you he's capable of? You see what I'm saying? Like, why are you acting like you... It don't make sense. He's been negatively reinforced for years. Now all of a sudden he say one thing and now, oh, he can't be saying that. Nigga, he been saying dumb shit like this the whole time. Like, he is who he is. Why are you expecting something new of him? It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it wrong. But it does make sense. Okay? All right, I'm done. Talk to y'all.